My name is Abby Dorn. I'm a registered yoga teacher, and I'm happy to offer you a brief, gentle chair yoga practice today. Yoga is a practice of mind, body, spirit connection. It's meant to be individualized and tailored to each person's needs. So you're only meant to include or do the practices that feel helpful to you specifically today. You can feel free to skip or add or change anything at any time and only practice in the way that feels comfortable to you. Let's begin seated in the chair. When you come to sit in your chair, ideally we are sitting up with a nice neutral spine. A lot of times when we sit, we tend to round the low back a little bit and flatten out our lumbar curve, which is not optimal for our hips and low back. So you may need to elevate your seat even further off the chair with a blanket or a cushion so that you can achieve a neutral lumbar curve and sit up nice and tall with the crown of the head right over the tailbone. The feet can be placed directly under the knees and your hands could rest on your legs, palms up or down, whatever feels comfortable to you. You can choose to close the eyes or you can choose to fix a steady focus point out in front of you. And as a first step, just take a moment to begin tuning your mind into the innate wisdom of your body. Your mind is meant to enter into a state of receptivity in this practice where we soak up the wisdom that's already present within our body. So ask your mind to just begin noticing what's going on with you right now physically. You could scan through and check and see if you're holding tension in the facial muscles, for example. Notice the space between the eyebrows. Notice the jaw. Notice your neck and shoulder area. Notice your hips and your lower back. We practice without judgment, so you're observing without judging. If there are places in your body that you notice tension and you're able to relax, that's great. If there are places that feel tight and they're not able to relax right now, we practice conscious compassion toward those places. And eventually ask your mind to rest its attention on your natural breath and start to just watch the breath movement in and out. And this is an opportunity for the mind to become a witness to the innate wisdom of your body, breathing. The breath is an autonomic bodily function, so it goes along our whole life long, whether we pay attention to it or not. So it's a really nice experience for the mind to be able to just witness the natural breath moving in and out. And as you observe your natural breath, you might notice that the breath gives us a different experience of our body and maybe of our mind and thoughts as well. When we're inhaling and there's expansion and new energy coming in, and then when we are exhaling, the breath is leaving the body, the diaphragm is relaxing. So it might be that from attending to your breath and just noticing it, observing it, you might find your body starts to become interested and more responsive to the breath. So as you inhale, for example, maybe you can cultivate a feeling of receptivity in the body and think of inviting the breath to open you up from the inside, of becoming open to receive the breath. And as you exhale, and there's a natural kind of emptying and releasing and letting go that occurs in the body, maybe you start to feel that a little more throughout the body. So eventually we start to listen to the breath with the whole body in all directions. So we're looking for expansion up and down, front and back body, left and right sides of the body. And in addition to becoming more receptive and responsive in your body to your breath, you might also invite the breath to start slowing down. And only as it feels comfortable to you. So we're always meeting ourselves right where we are in this practice. So if it feels good to you, you can begin to slow the breath, just one breath at a time. And as you start to slow the breath, you might feel the body becoming even more responsive. Maybe you have then a little more time to feel the movement up and down, upper chest expanding and lower belly, upper back, middle back, lower back expanding as well. Really enjoy the front to back movement of the breath. Notice the side ribs, the sides of your waist expanding. You might even eventually start to feel the breath movement in the shoulders and in the hips, and maybe in those facial muscles, or even in the arms and legs. You could be practicing receptivity as you breathe in and releasing tension as you breathe out. So the breath really will be the foundation of our practice, and as we start some movements in the body, we'll intend to stay as present as possible with the breath and to maintain a comfortably slow and full feeling breath. Again, only as slow and full as feels appropriate for you right now. And then we'll start to play with a little bit of movement. So the first thing we'll do is put our hands on our belly and start to complement what's already occurring in the belly with a little isometric action in our transverse abdominis. So as you're inhaling, we'll stay soft and receptive and notice the belly expands along with the chest and the back and the sides. As you exhale, there's a natural movement of the belly back toward the spine. As this movement is occurring already with each exhale, we can begin to complement that with an engagement of the transverse abdominis, the deepest layer of our belly muscles. And as you exhale, think of following the breath out and hugging the belly toward the spine. Relaxing on inhales, expanding in all directions, up, down, front, back, side to side. And as you exhale, hugging belly toward spine. This doesn't mean we're changing the pelvic tilt. We will do that in a moment, but it's good to practice this isometrically. So right now you're just relaxing belly on inhale, hugging in on exhale. The spine isn't changing. In addition to that action of the belly moving toward the spine on the exhales, you might also feel an action of drawing upward from your pubic bone toward your belly button. Relax on inhales. As you exhale, think of drawing in and up in the lower belly. Hips relaxed, shoulders relaxed. And then we'll add to this a pelvic tilt. So when you exhale, again, belly drawing in and up, maybe even feeling your hip bones and your side waist narrow toward the midline. That's also an action of the transversus. And then we can add a little pelvic tilt. So as you inhale and relax the belly, let the pelvis tip a little forward, take the shoulders back. And when you exhale, draw the belly in and lengthen the low back, send your back so your shoulders stay over your hips. You may want to put your hands on your thighs as you start to move your spine. Inhale, soft belly, pelvis tips forward. And then as you exhale, draw the belly in and up and very gently round, back goes back, shoulders come over the hips. So we're not folding forward, bringing the shoulders forward of the hips, but rather the back going back. Go back and forth at your own pace and we'll add some shoulder movement. So when you inhale, you could take your shoulders up and then back and open and maybe look a little bit up. And then as you exhale, draw the belly in, shrug the shoulders up and forward and maybe let the head come a little bit forward. Inhale, tipping to the front of your seat, pelvis tips forward, soft belly, shoulders roll up, back and open. Exhale, belly draws in, shoulders gently shrug forward, neck relaxes. Two more like that. Inhaling up and back and open. And on your exhale, belly in, shrug the shoulders forward, releasing the neck. One more time. Nice gentle practice of flexion and extension in the spine and a little warm up for the belly. Come to a neutral spine and pause. Let's get some other movements of the spine. So you can take the hands down to your sides, plant your feet firmly, maintain a little tone in your belly to support your back through these next few movements. Inhale the arms up overhead, just to the best of your ability. So you exhale, take your right hand down, rest your right hand on your chair, lift your low belly in and up, and lean to the right. Relax both shoulders, drop your left sitting bone down into the mat so you stay grounded in both sides of your seat. Breathe into the left side of the body. One more nice full breath here. Next time you inhale, come back up, lift both arms up, get nice and long, and then exhaling the left hand down to your side, lift the low belly, leaning to the left, stretching the right side of the body. Notice your right sitting bone and right hip stay grounded on your chair there. Breathing into the right side of the body. Next time you inhale, lift back up, lengthen up through both arms. Now we'll rotate to the right. We'll stay straight up and down. The right hand can come to the seat of the chair and the left hand might come to the right thigh or it might be on the left thigh. Neck is nice and long and easy. Notice your breath. As you inhale, you might have a little more length. As you exhale, you might be twisting a little more, but no aggression, only going as far as feels comfortable to you. One more breath here. Next time you inhale, come back up to center, lengthen through your waist, and exhaling to the other side. Shoulders roll back, crown of the head stays right over the tailbone. Enjoy the movement of the breath. Feel lengthening as you inhale, expansion through the body. As you exhale, gently releasing into the twist a little further without aggression. One more slow, full breath here. And then next time you inhale, come back up. And exhale, release. Let's do a little bit of warm up now for the legs. So hug your belly muscles in, have your hands be on your chair. Stretch your right leg out along the mat. Now, if this is as far as you want to go, this would be just fine. You can keep the right foot down on the floor. If it feels good, flex the foot, engage the quadriceps, lift the leg up a little bit, and try giving a couple circles to the ankle. Keep the belly firm, low back long, and then circle the other direction. Only if you feel fine in your low back, maybe flex the foot, lift the leg a little higher. One more breath. And then gently put that right foot down on the mat there. And if it feels good, put your hands on your thighs and tip a little bit forward, getting a gentle stretch in the back of the right leg. Easy in your neck. Fairly neutral spine here, just tipping forward from the hip. And then slowly come back up. Rebend the knee, pause and observe differences left and right. And then we'll do the other side. So hands on the chair, belly lifting up so you feel supported in your low back. Extending the left leg out. You could just leave the foot on the floor and hug the quadriceps, flex the foot, engaging the shin muscles. Or if it feels appropriate, lift the foot up just a little bit or a little more, depending on how you feel, and circle the ankle. Keep the shoulders and neck relaxed. Circle the other direction. Maybe if you're feeling good, flex foot, lift up a little higher, no strain in the back, and then gently place the foot down on the floor. And if it feels good to you, put your hands on your thighs and tip a little bit forward, stretching out the back of that leg. Neutral spine, easy neck, breathing here. And then slowly coming back up. Bring your hands either to the seat of the chair, or if you want to go a little further, hold the sides or back of your chair and roll your shoulders up and back and lift your chest. Warming the upper back, getting a little more back bend and shoulder opening here, nice long neck. Maybe you're looking just a little bit up, and take a nice full breath here. And then slowly release. We'll do just a little bit of gentle neck movement now. So start with a neutral neck spine. So make sure the chin's not forward. Soften the chin in toward the throat, and then drop the right ear toward the right shoulder. Relax both shoulders and breathe here. Slowly turn your chin toward your right shoulder. And then gently roll the chin toward the base of your throat, so you're looking down at your chest. And then unroll up through the middle. And then drop left ear toward left shoulder. Relax both shoulders. Relaxed hips. Very gentle with the neck, not aggressive. Enjoy the breath movement. Slowly turn the chin toward your left shoulder. Take your time. And then roll the chin toward the base of the throat. And then roll up through the middle. And then take your hands around behind your head. Gently lengthen and lift up at the base of the skull there. And then lean your head just a little bit back into your hands. Keep the throat soft, no strain or pinchiness. Should feel nice and freeing to the neck. And the arms stay firm to support the head. And one more breath right here. And then use an inhale to rise back to neutral. And then we'll take a gentle forward fold. The knees can be hip distance, or you could decide to go a little wider. Tip forward at your hips and put your elbows on your thighs if that feels accessible. If not, you can just use your hands here. If you're down on your elbows and it feels great, you might even bring the hands to the blocks or the floor in front of you, but the elbows can work just fine. And then if it feels good to you, let your head go here and gently release the back of the neck. It might feel good to wiggle it a little, yes and no.
Feel the breath in the back body. If you feel an instinct to sway or move a little side to side, you can do that. Just be very gentle with your back, no strain. So make sure your arms keep supporting you, whether the hands are on the thighs or knees or the floor. When you feel complete, bring your hands back to your thighs or knees. Gently open your chest and come all the way up to sit. And let's just take a brief relaxation here. So you can sit with your hands resting on your thighs. If you have accessible a cushion or a blanket, it can feel nice to put the elbows on something, or you can just rest the hands on the thighs. Notice the crown of the head right over the tailbone. You could close the eyes. And we'll just take a moment to mindfully relax from the crown of the head all the way down to the feet, releasing tension between the eyebrows, across the forehead, all around the eyes. Relaxing the jaw from the hinge of the jaw, which is in front of the ears, all the way down to the chin. Relaxing the root of the tongue and the throat, the base of the skull, the top of the neck, and all the muscles along the neck spine. Relaxing the shoulders and the arms and hands. Soft collarbones and upper back. Easy upper belly and middle back. Relaxed lower belly and lower back. Relaxing the hips and the legs and the feet. And just for another minute here, resting in your natural breath, you can just let the breath be as it is and enjoy honoring your entire body with an invitation to be soft and resting, free of judgment, just one breath at a time. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. You can take some deeper breaths to bring energy back into the body. Feel free to wiggle fingers and toes or move around a little bit. And then you could bring your hands into prayer at your heart, and we'll bow the mind down to the wisdom in the heart. Om Shanti, which means peace to all of you, and Namaste, which means the light or the goodness in me honors and bows down to that in you. So namaste.